What is going on, everybody? What is going on? The Catch Fam, I hope you guys are doing phenomenal tonight. I hope you guys have all had a great start to your week. And hope you guys are having a great Saturday. And I hope you guys are ready for another live 2023 fantasy football draft. Tonight we are hopping into a Best Ball Mania 4 draft through Underdog Fantasy. We do have the Chihuahua Superflex also going on, but I want a Best Ball Mania entry tonight, so that's what we're doing tonight. So excited as ever to be here with you guys. I'm going to give it a couple minutes. Let whoever wants to try and hop in with me. And outside of that, you guys know what to do, man. If you're new to the channel, thank you for being here. Please hit that subscribe button on the way in because it's the off season and no one wants to subscribe to my channel. All we do here is free fantasy football content all year round. Best ball, dynasty, redraft, you name it. If you like fantasy football, you will probably like this channel. Whether you are new to the channel or not, hit that like button on the way in. It really helps me out with the YouTube stuff. But most importantly, hop in the live chat. Let me know what's popping. Let me know how you guys are doing. Any fantasy football topics you guys want to go over. Any NFL topics. Any late night, Saturday night topics you guys want to go over. Throw in the live chat. We're going to have some fun tonight. We're going to talk some fantasy football. So I'm probably going to hop in right at 11 p.m. Eastern time. That gives everyone about another 2 minutes to have the opportunity to enter the lobby with me. I would imagine right now with the Chihuahua Superflex going on and it being a $4 entry, that the best ball is going to feel a little bit slower. So that's probably good from our perspective. So we'll see how things go. I want to do a couple of the Superflex entries as well. But like I said, I'm just in the mood for Best Ball Mania 4 entries. So that's where I'm at for the night. We'll see how long this takes and if I want to do a second draft after or not. All right, Spencer's in the house. What's good, my guy? Hello, hello. Yeah, we're entering right at 11 p.m. Eastern time. So I'm assuming that's 10 p.m. for you, Spencer. So enter with me and do not snipe my players. Three Walketeers, what's going on, man? I'm doing fantastic. Thank you for being here. What's up, my guy? How are you doing? Taylor, first Best Ball Mania draft. Let's go. Let's go. Spencer says first Underdog draft of the year. Let's go, man. Super excited. Always good to have you back in the mix, Spencer. Unless you were sniping my players like last year when we were both going after Chargers players at the same time, but we'll survive. Okay, I am staring at the clock here so I do not miss the very second that the clock changes. Top of the hour, and there we are, ladies and gentlemen. 3 spots. Are you kidding me? I thought there would be like 12 spots. Okay, I saw 2 get filled very quickly. I'm hoping that's you guys. Let's see. Spencer, if you're not in here, I'm going to cry. All right, we got Michael. We got Spencer. Taylor. We got Taylor. Let's go. We had the Catch fam together tonight. Let's go. Spencer at the 1.1. Taylor at the 1.4. Michael snuck on in here. You sneaky, sneaky man. If anyone's going to snipe me tonight, it's Michael. So there we are. Let's do it. Let's go. I'm always excited when we actually all get into the same draft together. So let's go. Let's go. That worked out perfectly. All right, who am I going to draft tonight? What am I going to do here at the 1.11? Pray that Bijan falls out, even though I draft him like every time I draft? I don't know. Okay. This is going to be a fun one. I'm excited for this. Michael, what's good, bro? Hello, hello. Spencer says JJ is mine. Let's do it. Taylor, first time I didn't get the 1.11 or 1.12. Well, that's exciting. Got an early pick tonight. By the way, if you guys are new to Underdog Fantasy, you can, of course, double your first deposit up to $100 with promo code THECATCH. Promo link in the description down below. It's on the screen. all that good stuff. Okay. Spencer goes with JJ at the 1.1. We got Chase and Tyreek Hill off the board. Taylor's on the clock at the 1.4. Who do I want to draft? Cup is gone. All wide receivers so far. We got C-Mac, Kelsey, Diggs, Brown, Eckler as the top available players. There goes C-Mac. Michael's on the clock here. Goes Kelsey. I don't know who I want. Maybe Garrett Wilson? Diggs is gone. I have a feeling Eckler or Bijan's going to be available, though, which is just going to make my life difficult. Okay, thank you, Stevie Ball Game, for making my life less difficult. Thank you, Cell9S. Appreciate you guys. Okay. Yeah, this is a tough one, man, because I really like CeeDee Lamb, Garrett Wilson, and Amon-Ra St. Brown right here. Think I definitely have an opportunity to get at least two of those guys. Let's switch up the exposure tonight. Let's go CeeDee Lamb at the 1.11 and hope that Wilson or Amon-Ra falls out here. But hey, man, at the 1.12, if I get Garrett Wilson, and then at the 2.1, if I get Amon-Ra, I am probably pretty happy. So we shall see. He goes Saquon Barkley. Let's go. Oh, yeah. I like that start all day long. CeeDee Lamb, Amon-Ra. Okay. I will take it. Going heavy wide receiver tonight. I feel like a lot of my builds lately have been more hero running back-esque. The last draft we did, I just went like running back heavy just because I never do it. And I've had a couple builds where I'm kind of alternating running back wide receivers. So let's just go best player available tonight. So see what happens here. Okay. Adams is gone. Waddle's gone. Chubb and JT are off the board. Michael goes Chris Olave. I like that selection a lot. I think it's a great value towards the end of the second round. Don is on the clock. Don't know you, Don, but who are you picking? Got Devonta Smith, Patty Mahomes, Tony Pollard, Higgins, and Derrick Henry as the top available players. He goes T. Higgins. I would have gone Devonta Smith, but that is okay. T. Higgins is still very good at football. Okay. Taylor on the clock. Counting down. Who's it going to be? I feel like it's been a couple drafts since I've selected from a late first round pick. So I'm curious to see who's going to be available around the 35 and 38. All right, Pollard's gone to Taylor. Devonta Smith off the board. And we have two more selections here in the second round. All right, no real like NFL news, fantasy football news that we need to go over. Because it's just that time of year. So there's literally nothing going on. I believe that Dalvin Cook would be a good fit for the Patriots. They need another back, says Mike Lombardi from the Pat McAfee show a day ago. Okay. That would certainly complicate fantasy football. Atlanta Falcons want to get Cordell Patterson's 2021 role, which I totally butchered this sentence. Atlanta Falcons want to get back to Cordell Patterson's 2021 role, which includes more pass catching. So, Patty and Cheese, he's still out there. Davante Adams' case is closed. Prosecutors dismissed the charges on wide receiver Davante Adams, which included misdemeanor for shoving a cameraman. Highlight of the season. Case is closed. So, just a little example of what we had to talk about as our top trending news. Nothing. All right, Derrick Henry's gone at the 2.11. Spencer takes the first quarterback off the board in Patrick Mahomes, and into the third round we go. Breece Hall, DK Metcalf, Debo, and Taylor goes with Mark Andrews, the second tight end of the draft, and Ramondre Stevenson is gone at 3.5, followed by Jahmyr Gibbs. All right, I got to hone in here. Josh Allen's gone. I was about to say there are some top tier QBs out there, and now they're gone. Never mind. There goes Jalen Hurts. We move into the next tier of Jackson Burrow, Fields, Herbert, Lawrence, which is still a very good overall tier. Okay, I think I'm going to just be crazy tonight and draft guys that I like. You know, I'm going to switch up my exposure. Give me Coop. Let's get some Cleveland Browns action in here. I'm going to be throwing the football a lot more this year, so let's go with Cooper right there. And let's move right along. Don't want to go running back, or do I just want to go heavy at wide receiver tonight? That is the question. Or do I want to get a stud quarterback right here? Probably my last chance to do so. I don't think I'm going to. I think when I look at Lamb, St. Brown, and Cooper, I have a potential for a lot of late round stacking when I look at quarterbacks who are going a little bit later, like Watson, Prescott, and Goff. Might not be worth it, but let's take a guy who you all know that I like very much, and that will be Drake London here at the 4.2. We're back to our heavy wide receiver strategy. The most wide receivers of any team so far. Give me an award, but Fumbler Uski at the 1.3 could catch up to me. We will see. You'll see. All right, there goes Watson. I do like Watson. I mean, I went Cooper, London, our boy KB and Toddy at the 1.12 goes Keenan Allen over Watson. So Watson get a little hate tonight. We'll move right along. Let's see. All right, so top available quarterbacks: Burrow, Fields, Herbert, Lawrence, Watson. Good names. As Najee, Judy, and Hopkins are gone. Top available running backs: Etienne, Walker, Mixon, Jones, Dobbins. Top available wide receivers: Scary Terry, Mike Williams, DJ Moore, Christian Kirk, and Ayuk. Now Kirk is gone. Top available tight ends: Hawkinson, Kittle, Pitts, Goddard, Waller, Evan Ingram. So we'll see how the fourth round wraps up here. Lots of good talent floating around. What in the world am I going to do with this team? Only time can tell. So I have no plan. The best way to turn your $25 entry into more money is to have no plan. Just draft the players that you like. That's my advice. I'm just kidding. There's probably some sort of plan we should establish here. But you guys know I'm just out here switching up my exposure and just really trying to get as many entries together with the best potential teams. So don't take me too seriously. I'm in a mood tonight. All right. Christian Kirk is a beautiful pick at the 4.7. Travis Etienne on the same team, gone at the 4.8. McLaurin's gone at the 4.9, and Burrow will be QB5 off the board, followed by DJ Moore. You guys know I love that pick. Brandon Ayuk, a great selection for Spencer, and he goes Hawkinson at the 5.1 to kick off the fifth round, and Justin Fields is gone. Do feel like Burrow and Fields slid back a little bit more than I thought they may, but I will take Fields in the fifth round all day long. Great value in my opinion. All right, let's see here. Guess I will move that down so you guys can actually see the full draft board, and we'll move along here. Kenneth Walker at the 5.3. I just think Walker just continues to be a ridiculous value. It blows my mind, man. Blows my mind. It's just, drafting from the 1.11 is just an interesting spot, man. Like, I just honestly feel like you just get hit with some very odd decisions when you're looking at ADP and, is this player going to come back to me or not come back to me? It's just tough pickings out here. I think I want to knock my QB out, though. I mean, I know I said I wasn't going to, but It depends if these two guys slide. I mean, you got Herbert and Lawrence sitting right here. It's just, I don't know if I can pass those guys up, man. There goes Burks. Tough picks. Tough picks. Goes Dobbins. Mixon. Give me Jason. That's correct. I took another wide receiver. I mean, realistically, I like Jordan Addison there. I think Tony's fun. I like Jahan Dotson. I'm very tempted to go Jahan Dotson with his next pick and just have a ridiculous wide receiver room, but I don't quite know if it's necessary. CeeDee Lamb, Amon-Ra, Cooper, Drake London, JSN. Feels pretty good. Could go tight end here, though. You got Kittle, Pitts, Goddard. Still got kind of an elite tier. Waller's there. Ingram's there. Pitts is now gone. Jones, Madison. I like Miles Sanders, Dameon Pierce, Cam Akers all sitting there. I just think Trevor Lawrence far too good of a value to pass up at the 6.2. I don't care if I don't have any pass catcher on the Jaguars. I just am not going to pass up a quarterback who I think is going to have a very, very solid year. I'm not going to reach for Watson or Prescott, for example, just because I have Cooper or CeeDee Lamb on this team over a guy like T-Law, And I mean, I don't know if Watson or Prescott will make it back to me, and if they don't, it's okay. Taylor says, really thought Ayuk was going to come back to me there. Shouldn't have gambled. Yeah. I mean, it's tough. I mean, you got McLaurin there. I mean, I'd rather have Ayuk and Hollywood Brown than McLaurin and Hollywood Brown. I love Dotson here in the 6th round. Like I said, I was very tempted to go with Jahan Dotson at the 6.2, but I don't want to get too crazy. I mean, 5 wide receivers is probably a fair enough start. And Trevor Lawrence, I mean, come on. Great value. All right, so Jordan Addison's gone. Love his value in the 6th. Quentin Johnston, I also really like in the 6th round. Now, I mean, I'm not going to go too crazy with targeting Quentin Johnston. Like, if I have Justin Herbert, I really, really like that potential stack of best ball right now. But yeah, Taylor, I mean, you really got to, it's tough to take a gamble like that, if you, especially in, your best ball entries. If there's a player that you want and they're sitting there, probably want to take the chance as soon as you can. All right, Spencer adds 2 wide receivers, George Pickens and Kadarius Toney. Gets a little stack with Patty. Patty cake to Kadarius. Could be a thing this year. I like this start. Give me the heavy wide receiver squad. Let's frickin' do it. I do not care. Take it all day long. All right, so, Michael, what are you doing over there? Kelsey, Olave, Gibbs, Kirk, Lockett, Dotson. Pretty heavy receiver squad, but overall looks very solid. Taylor, Kupp, Pollard, Mandrews, Scary Terry, Hollywood, Addison. And on the clock here goes Miles Sanders. Good drafting out here, boys. Goes Cam Akers. Michael's on the board. Who's he going to go with? He's got 1 running back, 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Top available quarterbacks, Watson, Tua, Richardson, Prescott, and captain. You like that. Kirk Cousins. He goes with David Montgomery, who I did want. Good job, Michael. What did I say at the beginning of the stream? Michael will snipe me. But in all seriousness, guys, David Montgomery in the 7th round is a beautiful selection. I mean, I love Pacheco. I like Miles Sanders here. I think Cam Akers, a lot of potential there as well. But David Montgomery and Rachaad White, 2 guys who I think could be potential league winners this year. 2 guys, I mean, especially Rachaad White. I mean, you guys know I love Pacheco and White. I've talked about them all off season, but I just, this is the tier of running backs where I think he can really, really, really hit it out of the park, man. I mean, especially if you're going hero running back, you know, if you get Eckler, Bijan, C-Mac in the first, and you take a long breather, and you're able to get like Rachaad White in the 7th and Monty in the beginning of the 8th for following ADP, which like is probably not going to happen because some of these names are starting to rise more popularity amongst fantasy owners. I just think, you know, that's a killer start to your running back room. All right, so I was really hoping that I'd be able to go with White and Monty or White and Swift, but I knew I wanted White the most. So now I'm in a position where my RB2 spot is like, do I take another quarterback here? I could, but yeah, I'm gonna run. I ran out of time, so I got Watson. I couldn't make a decision. All right, we're done at quarterback. Please tell me they have different bye weeks. Okay. I'm not too upset. I actually kind of wanted Watson on this team. I'm sad there's no way I could get Elijah Moore as well. I just couldn't make a decision. James Conner sitting there at the top. I feel like I'm more in tune to go with like a tier or so back at running back. I mean, I'll go with a light running back team. I mean, I'll live with it. Godfather, hello, man. What's up? What's up? Hope you're doing fantastic. What's going on with you, man? All right, so 2 quarterbacks, 1 running back, 5 wide receivers. Yeah, I did not envision this, but Watson and Cooper could be a thing on a pretty regular basis. Browns have pretty much given us every indication they're going to throw the ball more, so I will take that, and I'll run with it. Randy, can you scroll up? Sure, bro. I got you. Here's the team so far. T-Law, Watson, Rachaad White. Just had a debacle at the running back spot happen. Lamb, St. Brown, Cooper, London, JSN. So heavy wide receiver build tonight, but here's a little look. Try and move this down slowly so you guys can take a look at the board so far. But yeah, just understand if you guys are new to the channel. First of all, thank you for being here. What's up, Randy? Second of all, I definitely tried to switch up my exposure. You know, last year, one thing I did not do enough of was drafting different players, different builds. And that definitely hurt me in the long run. So I will do a little bit of everything at the end of the day as we move into the 9th round. Randy, would you say Underdog ADP is the most accurate from a competitive standpoint? I think it's fine to consider Underdog ADP overall when you're looking at, you know, the best thing that Underdog does in terms of ADP throughout the offseason is it really is following trends within the fantasy communities. So if a particular player is becoming really popular, Underdog is going to represent that ADP, I would say, faster. You know, Antonio Gibson going to the 9.4, for example. That ADP is going to be adjusted quicker than Sleeper or Yahoo or you know, other apps that you can mock on throughout the off season. So I definitely think that that's a huge advantage. But I will say that there's definitely different strategies to building best ball teams than there is a typical 1 quarterback redraft team that a lot of people are mocking for, you know, as we are about to enter the month of July. Very, very different, obviously, than Dynasty Startup mocks. And then just in general, like redraft formats, whether it's Superflex, 1 QB, whatever. There's so many different ways to play fantasy football now. There's still a difference between a best ball build and a regular redraft overall format. So there's definitely advantages to, you know, following the trends of Underdog and its overall ADP, but I would still say at the end of the day, it's definitely the most up-to-date throughout the offseason. But I don't know if I am ready to say that it compares to a regular redraft league at the end of the day, if that makes sense. All right, I'm going dart throw at running back tonight. It's Rachaad White season, baby. Best RB in the league. Give me Njoku. Let's go, Browns. We got the Browns stack action tonight. That is all I care about. I was hoping James Cook would also be available around this area. He's gone. I almost went Gibson at the 8.2. I'm not even going to lie, because I knew he wouldn't make it back to me. And that's where I was having that dilemma. Like, do I just pick Watson? He's a top available player. I have Cooper on this team. Now I have Njoku, so that kind of worked out. But I literally was almost just going to pick Gibson far against his ADP, which is completely okay to do, just because I knew he wouldn't make it back to me. But hey, what did I just say? We like to switch up our exposure here. Thomas, what's going on, man? Hello. I just heard Herbert league winner. How about in fantasy? Absolutely, yeah. Justin Herbert for sure. Dynasty. Justin Herbert, correct? Who was I talking about? When I was talking about league winners, I thought I said Monty and White. But I have said a lot of things tonight, so I do not know. Oh, no. I don't think I would call Khalil Herbert a league winner, unfortunately, Tommy. Randy, I'm prepping for my home league 12-man ESPN PPR, 1 quarterback, 2 wide receivers, 1 flex, 2 running backs. Yeah, I definitely, like I said, I do think there's a lot of advantages to following underdog drafts throughout the offseason when it comes to playing in a redraft format. But I would say hopping into, for example, on our free Discord, link in the description down below, we are running redraft mocks on a regular basis, completely free to join, all that good stuff. That's probably going to be a little bit more beneficial overall. But I do think that there is a lot of good reason to look at underdog drafts and make some comparisons as well. When you look at an underdog draft, for example, you are playing 1 quarterback. Well, most drafts, I should say, Best Ball Mania 4 draft, right? You are playing 1 quarterback, 2 wide receivers, 2 running backs, and is there? Wow, I can't believe there's just 1 flex, right? Yeah, 1 flex. So it's all right. No, you're playing 3 wide receivers. I'm sorry. So it's a little bit different. 1 quarterback, 3 wide receivers, a flex, 2 running backs, 1 tight end. So I knew I was getting something wrong there. So I knew there was a reason I drafted 5 wide receivers to start this draft. But it's a little bit different overall. But I still think it helps to some degree. But whenever we're running our redraft mocks right now, that's the format we're running is 1 QB, 2 wide receivers, 2 running backs. And no, I'm wrong again. We could run 2 flex options. So, Randy, my advice is to, if you don't use Sleeper, that's okay. You don't have to, draft through Sleeper on a regular basis. If you're drafting through ESPN for your league, that's fine. But Sleeper is just a very, very easy way to set up mock drafts of whatever style you want and to run those with your friends. We run redraft mocks all the time. We have a thread on our Discord where you can just throw out any mock draft you want at any time, and people will join with you and give you a good competitive draft. So I think that would probably be a little bit more helpful, just because there are some differences overall with the formats. Thomas, Underdog is probably best because people are paying money and wouldn't want a bunch of auto picks. Most accurate. Yeah, like I said, lots of advantages to practicing, but at the end of the day, it is still a different format than a lot of the formats people will be drafting in throughout this year. So give me a rookie running back. Let's go Roschon Johnson. We are taking dart throws at running back tonight. So here's what we got so far. T-Law, Watson, Rashad White, A.J. Dillon, McKinnon, Roshan Johnson, CeeDee Lamb, Amon-Ra, Cooper, Drake London, JSN, and Njoku. So we got Watson with some buddies to throw to. And, yeah, I'm okay with this squad so far. Interesting build for us tonight. I do like Roshan Johnson in best ball formats and just overall right now. I really think that he's going to have some opportunities to really take over that backfield as the season goes on. Ramon, what's going on, man? Hello, hello. I want to get in on these mock drafts in the summer. Yeah, I mean, everything, if you guys are subscribed to the channel, that's really all I care about because, like, we're, just an active community. But the Discord's completely free, guys. I mean, the link's in the description down below. And that's really all you got to do, join the Discord, and then I will show you guys if you guys get to the Discord, right? All you got to do is go to reaction roles and then just react, to the mock draft area, however it may be, and then that will give you. I just removed the role. I took myself off it. But that will unlock your mock drafts here. And then, yep, you guys can throw out your mocks. You guys will get invites to any of the mocks I set up and invites to any of the other mocks that anyone else in the community sets up. And as you guys can see, we run a lot of mock drafts. So that is the good news. Free mock drafts for everybody. Let's do it. Let's do it. But yeah, you just want to make sure you guys go add that reaction role. And what that does is it allows us to tag each other anytime that you guys do set up a mock draft without having to, tag everyone else in the Discord. So, but if you don't do that, you won't see the mock drafts at first. When I set up a mock draft, I always release it on the announcements thread as well. But in terms of everyone else on the Discord, you want to make sure you've done that. Yeah, Randy, come on through, man. We love to have you. Got a great community over on Discord, very active. I mean, we do roster reviews, best ball, roster reviews, dynasty roster reviews, active fantasy chat. We've got NFL news, fantasy news on there. It's the best way for me to communicate with everyone overall as well. Anytime I have anything going on, whether I'm streaming, not streaming, whatever it may be. And then for any of you guys who are in any of our fantasy leagues for the year, we'll have like private Discord threads set up and all that good stuff as well. Doug, what's up, man? Good to see you. Hello. I'm not responding to your comment. But what's up, man? Let's see. Nick, what's going on, man? Hello. Appreciate you being here tonight, man. Randy says, I think picking at the 10, 11, 12 spot this year is such an advantage. Wide receiver is the move. Yeah, I really do like the value of those late round wide receivers. Like CeeDee Lamb, Garrett Wilson, Amon-Ra, A.J. Brown, Waddle, Adams. I like all those other guys over Adams right now with the big question mark at quarterback. But yeah, you come out of the first two rounds with two of those guys, and that's what I wanted to do tonight. Then I got a little worried, is Eckler or Bijan going to fall and make my decision very difficult? But, yeah, I agree. I think a lot of, similar to last year, a lot of fantasy managers want to go heavy wide receiver early, and the best spot to do that from is right there at the end of the first round. Okay, I have no idea who I want to pick right here. I'm not going to lie to you guys. Oh, gosh. Let's get another wide receiver. Gosh, wide receiver is disgusting. Absolutely gross. Give me Jaden Reed. Let's get some more rookie wide receivers on the squad. Oh, what happened to the draft board? Holy, what round are we in? I feel like there should be some better available players out here. I'm only drafting 2 quarterbacks. I think T-Law and Watson is fine. So that's the good news. We can kind of stack up. I'm probably just going to go back-to-back wide receivers here. Might be a mistake. There's some, I don't know if I want to say decent names, but like I actually might need to go running back right here. DPJ gone. I probably should have thought about that a little bit more. I don't know. I don't want too many Browns players. Wow, Zay Jones is long gone, isn't he? It's going to be a good offense this year. Let's just go KJ Osborne. I might regret not going running back there, but like Singletary, Jerome Ford, Raheem Mostert, Foreman, Tajay Spears is not like it's elite selection. So those are your top available running backs. Top available quarterbacks: Kyler Murray, Kenny Pickett, Bryce Young, Brock Purdy, CJ Stroud. You got Sam Howell, Mac Jones, Trey Lance, Ritter, Garoppolo. There's still some names there. Wide receivers, we got Curtis Samuel, John Mechie, Jalen Hyatt, Isaiah Hodgins, Paris Campbell, Khalil Shakir. There's always some late round value wide receiver. Tight ends, we got Jawan Johnson, Laporta, Taysom Hill, Dawson Knox, Conklin, Mike Gesicki. See what happens. Shane, what's good, bro? Emil accidentally deleted your message, but I can still see it if I want to. It's okay, Emil. What's up, Emil? Ramon, give me 3 running backs, 3 wide receivers after 6, tight end QB late. That's my strategy. I think that's fine. I think in redraft formats, which is what you're kind of alluding to, right? If you go late round quarterback, I'm not against it. But obviously, just remember, the disparity between the top 5 or 6 quarterbacks last year and literally every other quarterback was pretty huge. But you could certainly, like Fields in a lot of leagues was on the waiver wire. Trevor Lawrence is on the waiver wire. Kirk Cousins got dropped a lot. Danny Dimes, Jared Goff. Fields and Cousins finished in the top 6. So, I still think there's some merit to that strategy, but you just have to understand there's also a little bit of risk. But in a lot of my redraft mocks, I have been going late round quarterback. If I don't, if I miss that kind of beginning tier, like right after Herbert and T-Law, Fields, like if I miss out on that tier, I'm like, okay, I'll go late round. So I don't have any problem with it. Randy says KJ will have his spike weeks for sure. Yeah, 100%. You just kind of have to look. It's a good offense. He's had like 600 receiving yards and 4 or 5 touchdowns the last 2 years. Obviously, you have Addison there now. You still have JJ. You have T-Hawk. So there's, a lot of targets to go around. But it's going to be a good offense. It's going to pass a lot. So I think when we're looking at who's available at wide receiver is a good selection. So, especially where we got him, 14th round, I'll take that. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 wide receivers, 1 tight end, 4 running backs, 4 more picks here. So we need some running back help. Rashad White, A.J. Dillon, Jerick McKinnon, Roshan Johnson. Weakest part of this team. So I'll probably go double running back, tight end, wide receiver, or double running back, double tight end. That's probably where I'm at. Pretty good wide receivers. That's the highlight of this team. Good quarterbacks, good wide receivers, and it's Rashad White season. Let's go. Michael says, got my Saints build, thank God. Johnson, Shaheed, Carr, yeah. I will say, and you got Kendre Miller sprinkled in there. I like it. For a late round stack, I like the Saints selections quite a bit. Ramon, if Dolphins don't get Cook, I like a Mostert Wilson stack at running back. Late, good value. I do agree. I like it as well. But even then, I am a Devon A-Chain believer for sure. Kyler's perfect backup, having Mahomes. Yeah, if you have Mahomes, I don't really care what else you do at quarterback. I might like Purdy a hair more. But I still believe in Kyler, so I'm good with it. Fumbler's got Burrow, Goff, and 2 rookies in Young and Stroud. So we got both of those Miami backs gone, Mostert and Wilson here in the 15th round. Kyler, a good buy low quarterback, in my opinion. What round is he going in? Yeah, so he just went in the 14th round here at 14.12, very end of the round. And when it comes to, Kyler and like drafts, for example, I mean, end of the draft. I mean, I can pull up, we literally did a mock last night, redraft format, so let me make this next pick, then I'll show you guys that. I'm probably, oh man, I like Jalen Hyatt here. Crap. Zeke is going to score some touchdowns this year, so I'm going to draft him. He's going to score touchdowns somewhere. There's just like, oh, Jalen Hyatt got picked anyways. I mean, there is one wide receiver I really like right here, and I might just take him. But there's also a running back I like that I don't know if he'll make it back to me. So this, I think I'm going to go wide receiver. I think I'm going to try and pick Randall Robinson. I think that's what we're doing. Give me Robinson. It is a crowded wide receiver room. Like, Paris Campbell and Darius Slayton are still available, Jalen Hyatt just got picked. Like, that's 4 guys on the same team. But I'll go Robinson. Hopefully he's not not gonna be dead all year. Okay. All right, here's last night's mock. So where did Kyler go? Kyler didn't even get drafted. So yeah, I mean, like, if you want Kyler as a QB2, whatever, certainly a possibility. I mean, it's a 1 quarterback format, and most teams, I mean, you got one team here with Richardson behind Herbert. You got Tua behind Mahomes. I mean, that's Watson and Goff. So most teams just went with 1 quarterback. It just kind of depends on the draft, But yeah, Kyler didn't even get drafted in this draft. He has, we've had plenty of drafts where he does get selected, but it's usually at the end. Like lately we've just been running 5 bench spots. Sometimes just for the sake of conversation, we run 6, 7, even 8 bench spots just to keep talking about players and everything. But 5 is pretty standard, and so that gives you a little bit of a look there. Randy, can you give your top 5 to 6 in order? Quarterbacks: Hurts, Fields, Mahomes, Allen, Burrow, Lamar, or if you like others. Yeah, I mean, Mahomes is still number 1 for me. Then I'm probably going Hurts, who I begged you guys to draft last offseason, along with Devonta Smith. I don't know why I had to mention that. But Mahomes, Hurts. I'm probably still going Allen at 3rd. I just don't think we can write off Josh Allen. He's been a top 2 fantasy quarterback the last 3 seasons. I don't. I mean, you have to look at, there were some ugly moments for Josh Allen last year, but A, he was hurt, and B, like, the Bills just put the entire offense on his shoulders. Like, you're going to make more mistakes. And I think overall he still had a good year. And from a pure fantasy perspective, had a great year. I'm not going to write Allen off quite yet. So I think the top 3 are pretty set in stone for me. 4 and 5 are very, very, very difficult for me because I believe in Justin Fields. I think he's going to have a great year this year. He's probably in my top 5. I could probably say that with confidence. I'll put Fields, let's say, at 4. 5 is really hard because I'm a huge believer in Trevor Lawrence. I think he's going to take another big, big step forward this year. I really still believe in Justin Herbert. I think their offense is going to be much improved with Kellen Moore. I still understand why Lamar Jackson is valued so high in the fantasy community. I think that's got to be where I cut it off, in terms of that top tier. But, man, I just number 5 is tough for me. Oh, and I'm sorry, I forgot Burrow. Burrow's got to be 5. If Burrow's not 4, he's 5. I might just put Burrow at 4, then Fields at 5. Oh, my gosh. Joe Burrow's like my favorite human being alive. Joe, if you heard that, guys, don't listen to this stream. The stream's going to be put on private after I end it. Burrow's got to be 4, and then Fields 5. And Fields, arguably, I think could finish in front of... I mean, just with the rushing upside. So, yeah, those are my 5. Gosh, it just goes to show I really, really like Trevor Lawrence. And I think Justin Herbert's just being undervalued right now. I think he's going to be fine. So, yeah, I'll go for the upside with Fields, and there's always that quarterback who's kind of like ranked outside the top. He finishes up in there, so I'm gonna have to go Mahomes, Hurts, Allen, Burrow, Fields. But God, do I like me some T-Law, and I think Herbert's gonna be okay, and I think Lamar Jackson, new offensive coordinator as well, more weapons. Lamar Jackson could have just a monster season. So, tough calls. Tough calls. Whew. Sweating after that. Shouldn't even be that hard. Okay, I think I might go double tight end here. But I don't feel great about my running backs. I feel like I need one more running back. Kind of wish these were 20 rounds. But I understand why they're not. Just give me Hayden Hurst, and I'm going to pray that he truly is a security blanket for Bryce Young. Now the question is, do I want to go Trey McBride or Noah Fant? Or do I want to take a dart throw on like a Dwayne McBride, Zamir White, Pierre Strong, Michael Carter? That's probably the smarter move for this team. But I don't feel like purely confident in any of those guys. And as you scroll down, it doesn't get like any better necessarily. All right, just give me Noah Fant. I almost ran out of time. I was like looking. It's going to be Noah Fant. Ramon says, that's my point. Give me a combo of Tua, Kyler, and Rodgers late. Good value. I'm good at that. I think they're all going to have good years. Ramon says, Herbert top 5 over Lamar, in my opinion. Fields, yes. Lawrence, 2. Killer Cam says, I was about to say, yeah, brain fart. Shane says Fields 7. Yeah, like I said, I think the top 4 pretty set in stone. I think when you get to 5, 6, and 7, even 8 maybe, it's very close. And I don't really have a problem if people have different opinions when you're talking about Fields, Lawrence, Herbert, Jackson. And then I think there's a potential for Watson, Prescott if he can stay healthy, Tua if he can stay healthy, to have very, very solid years as well, especially Tua. But I have a little bit more confidence in the rest of those guys. I think Geno Smith could have a really big year. I think Aaron Rodgers could have a really big year as well. You got Danny Dimes. You got maybe a bounce back year from Russell Wilson. Still got Goff out there. But that's just for conversation. I still taking all those guys overall. Where's Fields going, round 3 or 4? Not quite that early. I mean, of course, it depends on whoever you're drafting with. For the mock we ran last night, QB went a little bit. I mean, you had Hurts at 2.6, Mahomes at 3.8, Allen at 3.11, Jackson at 4.12, Burrow at 5.2, Herbert, Fields, T-Law all in a row, 5.4, 5.5, 5.6. Then we didn't have another quarterback drafted until the 8th round, which is Deshaun Watson. So it just kind of depends on the draft. I think that's a little bit pushed back. I would say in most of our drafts, that's probably all up, except for Hurts and Mahomes. I mean, Mahomes could go anywhere in the 2nd to the 3rd, but I would say those other guys probably, Lawrence Fields, Herbert, Burrow, you could easily all see in the 4th round. But every now and then you might get them fall out. Just kind of depends on who you're drafting with. Randy, can you rank these guys? Madison, Connor, J.K. Dobbins, Kenneth Walker, Akers, Sanders, Pierce. Kenneth Walker is number 1 for me. It's not even close. Kenneth Walker is going to be okay. I would continue to just eat up that Kenneth Walker ADP while you can. If it lasts until August, then so be it. But Kenneth Walker is going to be 110% okay. I guarantee it. Okay. I probably go... It's close, but I'd probably go Miles Sanders, number 2. And then J.K. Dobbins. Because I do think with how much the Ravens have ran the past couple of years, they're probably going to bring it back a little bit. New offensive coordinator, lots of weapons now for Lamar to throw to. I think Lamar wants to throw the ball more and have the offense throwing more. But I like Dobbins. Obviously, Dobbins has to stay healthy, right? Oh, it's close. It's close. I it's very close, man. But I probably go Akers next. I think Akers could have a very, very good year. Or could just really be disappointing or just be inconsistent because the running back position hasn't really been consistent for the Rams the past couple of years. It's not really how Sean McVay runs that offense. Listen, I still like James Conner. I might put James Conner in front of Akers, actually. But at the end of the day, the offense is just going to be bad. I just don't know how many opportunities he's going to have to score, but he's going to get the rock a ton. So I might go Walker, Dobbins, Conner, Akers. I'm sorry. Kenneth Walker, Sanders, Dobbins, Conner, Akers for the upside pick, Madison for a safer floor. I still like Madison. Those last couple guys, Akers, Madison, Pierce, I think you could really rotate them in any way for a ranking. I like Pierce, but once again, the Texans' offense is just not going to be great. He's a good running back. Obviously he's got a little bit of competition there now for touches, but I don't know. I was a big Dameon Pierce believer last year, and I'm just a little bit worried about the Texans, I guess. I think Madison, you could argue easily over Akers, Pierce, and even Connor to a degree as well. But when I'm looking at those running backs, Kenneth Walker is number 1 by far for me. Then I'm going Sanders. Then I'm probably going Dobbins. And then I think it drops a bit. And Connor, Madison, Akers, Pierce, I think you could definitely debate over each other. And I wouldn't really have an issue with it. Taylor, Lamar's number 1. That's my totally unbiased opinion. Ramon says Sanders, Pierce, Walker, Madison, Akers, J.K. Connor. See, really when you look at, a lot of those running backs, there's some issues, injuries, whatever, volume, whatever. But, you could really debate them in just about whatever manner you want to. Thomas, my 6 QBs are Mahomes, Burrow, Fields, T-Law, Lamar, Herbert. What about Hurts? I'm really high on Fields and T-Law. What about Allen? Mahomes, Burrow, Fields, T-Law, Lamar, Herbert. Gotta have Allen and Hurts in there, especially from a fantasy perspective. Randy, what's the turnoff on Connor? He falls in tons of drafts. I love Connor as a player. I've been super vocal about drafting James Conner the past 2 years, but this Cardinals team could be historically bad this year, and they might want to be historically bad. They might just be starting over. Colt McCoy is a great journeyman quarterback. Give him his props going into his 14th season. He's age 36. I like Colt McCoy. But let's be realistic. That's going to be your starting quarterback. And if it's not, you got Jeff Driscoll. You got David Blau. And then what's the rookie's name? I don't remember. But they have a rookie in there too. So quarterback looks not great. I mean, you got some skilled wide receivers, of course. Hollywood, Rondell Moore, Trey McBride, and Zach Ertz at tight end. You got... I didn't even know Zach Pascal was on the Cardinals, I'm not going to lie, but he is there. I mean, Hollywood and Rondell Moore are the guys I'm looking at, but I just worry about it. How many opportunities in the red zone is James Conner going to have? Conner's going to get great volume, but how much can he, can he really carry this offense? You know, it's a tough task. Taylor Gang, what's up, bro? Good to see you. Hello, hello. Randy, thanks for the input. I'm starting my drafts with 3 wide receivers, and those running backs are always there in the 4th, 5th, 6th round. Yeah. I mean, I'm fine with going after those, mid, late round running backs, but guys that I like a lot, David Montgomery, Isaiah Pacheco, Rashad White, and in redraft or best ball, I still like DeAndre Swift. So I would consider those names in there as well. Later rounds, I like Antonio Gibson. I like A.J. Dillon. I will get those guys on your draft boards as well. If you want a shot at a rookie, Roshan Johnson, Kendre Miller. Still got to consider Jerick McKinnon just because he's tied to the Chiefs. Super late round dart throws, Chase Brown, Kenneth Gainwell. Those are names I like. Could draft Connor's handcuff at the end of the draft, so Connor's numbers without Kyler are insane. Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I like James Conner. He went at 8.6. And then in the redraft mock I have pulled up from last night, he went at 6.10. So I think that's fine. Thomas pulled a John, long day at work. Go Mahomes, Hurts, Burrow, Allen, Fields, T-Law, top 6. I like that top 6. Yeah, can't forget about those guys, man. But I forgot about Burrow, so it's all good. All right, let's look at a couple squads from the community tonight. Spencer, Mahomes, and Kyler. I think that's fine. But just with the uncertainty around Kyler right now, I mean, there is still a small chance Kyler does not play this year. There is a chance. If the Cardinals are giving signals that they're going to move on from Kyler, why would he risk his long-term health? But once again, he might need to get out there and kind of prove I can still do this coming off injury. So it's just a weird situation. Does it really hurt you too much? No, because Patrick Mahomes' bye week is super late at week 10. So I think it's okay, but I might just take one more quarterback with that situation. But if you're going to do this, Mahomes is the guy to do it behind. All right, Breece Hall, Javonte, Jamal, Tank Bigsby, Raheem Mostert, Chuba. I think that's fine. If you get one running back you think is going to have a really good year, so for you that's Breece Hall, then all your other running backs just have a shot to rotate and get you points throughout the year. I'm okay with that. Wide receivers, J.J. Ayuk, Pickens, Tony, J-Mo, Zay Jones, MVS. I'm fine with this, man. I mean, you get 2 Kansas City wide receivers. I actually think MVS is a really good value. You took Zay Jones. When did you take Zay Jones? You knew I needed him. The 10th round. I wasn't even paying attention to him, but I needed him then. Good wide receiver room. I mean, that's the best part of this team, other than Mahomes. Hawkinson, Musgrave, I'm fine with that. T-Hawk's going to have a good year. Musgrave, rookie tight ends could be a little tricky, but hey, I'm fine with it, man. It's a good entry for sure. Perfectly fine with this. Taymone. What do we do? Prescott. Cousins. Sam Howell. I can live with that. Pollard, Sanders, Gibson, Ford. Whoo! I draft one more running back, especially since he got Pollard and Sanders on the same bye week. I mean, I think I understand going light at running back, but I'm still drafting 5 running backs minimum. What if Ford is doing nothing in week 7? Then he just got Gibson out there. Just hurts you a bit. Got Pollard coming off injury. I draft one more running back. Cup, Scary Terry, Hollywood, Addison, Mooney, Thielen, Mechie, Campbell, Tim Patrick, Mark Andrews, Greg Dulcich. Yeah, I like, whether it's Paris Campbell, John Mechie, or Tim Patrick, if you sacrifice one of these guys, I turn them into another running back. That's the only note I would make. The rest of the team looks good. Yeah. Not really any... you got Cousins to Addison. I like that. You got Howe to Scary Terry, so I like that too, man. Team looks pretty good. Gibson will catch some passes, hopefully from Sam Howell. So I just get one more running back in the mix there. Michael, we got two a time. We got Carr. We got Desmond Ridder. We got Gibbs, Monty. You got both Detroit's running backs. Khalil Herbert, Kendre Miller, Jeff Wilson. I think Gibbs and Monty will carry you here. You just get enough touches from those other guys. It's not beautiful, but it can work. All right, Chris Olave, Christian Kirk, Lockett, Dotson, Myers, Shaheed, Marvin Jones, Josh Palmer. Pretty good value at wide receiver tonight. Kelsey and Jawan Johnson. So, with Carr, you got Jawan Johnson, you got Shaheed, you got Olave. Pretty heavy stack, but that can be okay. Kelsey, you got a huge advantage there. Yeah, it's a good entry. I can live with this. I like your wide receiver room a lot. How many wide receivers did you take early? Just Olave. Before going Kirk, Lockett, Dotson. So I think you got really good value there. Get a stud running back. Get a stud tight end. Next time, don't draft David Montgomery. Just go or Dalvin Cook. Don't draft Rashad White or DeAndre Swift either. Just go Dalvin Cook, bro. And go Charby. Go Kamara. Go, any of those guys. Just leave Montgomery for me. And don't take the other players I like Rashad White, DeAndre Swift. But, just a side note, Michael. Just something to consider. Let's roast my team. What did I do tonight? T-Law. By the way, anytime Michael drafts with me, if you guys are new to the channel, be a lot of that banter back and forth. T-Law and Watson. I'm okay with that. Like I said, just T-Law was far too good of a value to pass up at 6.2. At 8.2, it was either I take Watson and embrace the Cooper stack, or I reach for a running back I like. I ran out of time. I got Watson. He was the top available player. So I got no stack with T-Law. Didn't get Zay Jones late. By the time I picked him, it's too late to, be building around Christian Kirk or Calvin Ridley. But just, I'm not going to pass up Trevor Lawrence in the 6th. So T-Law and Watson, I'm good at that. Well, with Watson, we got Cooper. We got Njoku. All right, running backs, Rashad White, A.J. Dillon, McKinnon, Roshan Johnson, Ezekiel Elliott. This could definitely be a lot better. It could also be worse is the way to look at things in life. Yeah, I just got in a weird position where I thought there was a chance I could go White and Swift, White and Monty, and then it turned into, do I go White and Connor? Do I go White and James Cook, White and Antonio Gibson, and reach for a guy? Connor wouldn't really have been a reach. Like I said, couldn't make up my mind. Got Deshaun Watson. So this is the running back room we came up with. I don't hate it. If Rashad White has a year I think he's going to have, then these other names are rotating as my RB2 and hopefully get me through the year. Wide receivers. We started with 5 wide receivers tonight. CeeDee Lamb, Amon-Ra, Amari Cooper, Drake London, JSN. Moving into the later rounds, we got Jaden Reed, KJ Osborne, and Randall Robinson. I like this wide receiver room a lot. We probably, I like Jaden Reed, but we probably could have sacrificed him and got one more running back. We also drafted 3 tight ends because I like these guys, but I'm just not overly confident in this tight end room. We went out and got Njoku purposely to pair with Watson. Hayden Hurst, my second to last pick. Noah Fant was my final pick. So once again there, I could have taken another dart thrower running back. I like Hurst. I think he could be a good dump-off option, good security blanket for Young. But I don't know. I don't want to get screwed at tight end, so I'll go Noah Fant. But there's your draft tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. Let's see here. Wrap up the chat for the night. Michael, how do you feel about my Garrett Wilson trade? I saw something was happening in the sleeper leagues, and I need to go and look. Which league is that in? Sorry, I only have 3 leagues to go through. Wait, which league is that in? Well, the 1 QB league it is. Garrett Wilson traded away for A.J. Brown and a 3rd rounder. All right, you guys both want this accepted. So I will process it. Wait, but who received who? So Michael is sending Garrett Wilson, receiving A.J. Brown in the 3rd. Man, I have to say, I think you could have gotten, as good as A.J. Brown is, I think you could have gotten more for Garrett Wilson. I think you want to see that as a higher draft selection. I mean, you probably need any draft pick you can get in this specific league. Don't get me wrong. I think you could have gotten more, even with A.J. Brown there. But, hey, I mean, if you're happy with A.J. Brown, your team's a little bit more win now. You just can't help. Michael, do you have a problem? Man, you just can't help not trading for like a week or 2. We might need to talk to you about that, bro. But your team, I don't think it really is going to matter. I think even as win now as you are, I mean, now your starting lineup will be Prescott, Eckler, Ramondre, CeeDee Lamb, A.J. Brown, DK Metcalf, and Njoku, Calvin Ridley, Mike Williams, with Cook, Curtis Samuel, Pirine, Kyler, Pollard, Juwan Johnson, Collins, Palmer, Pacheco, Rodgers. God, dude. I mean, it doesn't really matter. I'm not going to knock you for this trade anyway, dude. Like, I mean, you could flip CeeDee Lamb tomorrow for like Chris Olave and a 1st-round pick, and I think your team would be completely fine. So, if you're happy with it, I don't mind. I do think you could have got a tad bit more for Garrett Wilson, even with A.J. Brown being involved. So, if you're happy, I'm happy, man. Spencer gets Garrett Wilson on his team. I actually think Michael, truthfully, it would have been better to keep Garrett Wilson because your team is so win now that at least gives you a lifeline down the road at wide receiver. But it's not like A.J. Brown is old. He's 25, but Wilson's just much younger in comparison. So, Spenny, what do you have now? Your young team. Team sucks, bro. Richardson. Joking, Spencer. Richardson, Walker, Dillon, Garrett Wilson, Jordan Addison, Quentin Johnson. Yeah, you got some youngins at receivers. Schultz, Cook. Why is Clyde Edwards-Helaire in your starting lineup, you weirdo? Dawson Knox, Jordan Love, Claypool, Chuba, Ross, Pierce, Wilson, Brown, Mitchell, Stroud, Flowers. I mean, is Flowers on your taxi squad? Is this showing taxi squad too or no? I don't think it is. Get Clyde Edwards-Helaire out of your lineup, or I'm dropping you from the league, Spencer. I actually think it's very close. I mean, I'm not gonna knock Wilson anyway, but he kind of fits your build better, and I'm okay. I mean, with Wilson and I'm okay with that. Yeah, I'm okay with it. All right, there's some fun for the night. How do you guys feel about the trades? All right, let me get caught up here. Ramon says, good stuff, boys. Hope to join one of these mocks this summer. We'll be ready come September. 100%, man. I mean, we run tons and tons and tons of mock drafts throughout the summer, so we'll get you in there, my guy. Michael says, that was my issue. I had no picks. Yeah, I guess that's true. Spence says, give me 2 years. My squad is lethal. Love AR-15 or Stroud's going to be a stud. Kenneth's the stud. Wilson is a stud. I mean, don't get me wrong. I was just messing with you. I mean, for the long term, yeah, you can definitely build around your team in a very, very good way. Just messing with you. But, you know, we're going to talk to Michael about his trade addiction, is all I have to say. You do have Steven's picks. I mean, that's the good news, bro. Oh, wait, that's the other league. That's the other league. Too many leagues going on, man. Did Sleeper put Clyde Edwards-Helaire in your startup, or did you need to figure that out, bro? Tommy wants to keep Garrett Wilson. I mean, it's still close. I mean, Brown still tied to Jalen Hurts. Still tied to the Eagles' offense. So, we'll see. I like both of them, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. All right, guys, I think that's going to wrap it up for the night. A great stream tonight. A great draft. Thank you guys for hanging out tonight. Be sure you guys smash that like on the way out. If you guys are new to the channel, thank you for being here. Hit that subscribe on the way out because my channel is massively, massively failing and I suck at YouTube and I need you to subscribe. Check out the links down below. Join our free Discord to mock draft with us and do fun things. And follow us on Instagram so you guys know about when I stream. We are The Catch Fantasy Football, and all we do is free fantasy football content all year round, redraft, dynasty, and best ball. And you don't want to miss these streams because they are way better than the other 50 fantasy channels doing the same thing as me. So, love you guys, man. Love this community. Love The Catch fam. I should be on tomorrow. So I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Everyone be safe. Have a great Saturday night. Have a great weekend. Go outside. Go on a walk. Get some sunshine in your veins. It's good for you. Michael, Thomas. Michael, I'm just kidding. You can trade every day if you want. Ramon, Spence. Taylor. Randy. Thank you for hanging out tonight, Randy. Welcome to Catch Fam. Shane, Nick, Doug, 3 Walketeers, everyone else who stopped by, everyone else who hung out. Thank you guys for being here tonight. Everyone have a great weekend. Talk to you guys tomorrow. All that good stuff. With that, I will say thank you guys so much for watching and or listening. And remember, you saw it here on The Catch. And